Morning, Trainiacs. Figured I'd be a genius and get to the pool really early here, and it's like a boiling cauldron of high performance kids, and apparently I've got to split a lane with one of them. This isn't gonna go well. But it's just a floaty pants kind of recovery day, so there's nothing special going on here. Something that came up very interestingly over the weekend with the second virtual triathlon camp is an idea of how to partition out gels without having to tape them all on your bikes. I got a good one for you after the swim. This is, when I came up with it, I'm like, we are geniuses, Trainiacs, geniuses. It was just a 2,650 meter swim in 53 minutes. Those kids are fast. Like, the athlete got pulled out of the pool after doing 50 alongside me because I was no motivation. I could have told you that was gonna happen. Come over here. I got something to show you. Important updates with the facility. So this here has been walled off since June, May. And they have completely redone all the lights and the sound so it doesn't bounce nearly as much. And I'm pretty sure that they've done this for me. Now you might not have known, but here was like green back in the day. And you didn't really notice it with your eyes until you put the camera on. I noticed it a lot. And it's kind of dark right now because they just haven't turned everything on, but they're getting this TV quality. It's gonna be nice to get back in here. This is warm, long course, love it. All right, so for the past 2 weeks, I've been running these Trainiac virtual camps and living here. We've got lots and lots of calls. And something really interesting came up this weekend as we were going through the triathlon nutrition calculator. If you haven't gone and done so, go to triathlontaren.com/triathlon nutrition guide. It's a free download and it's a calculator that figures out based off of your customized weight, your customized finish time, or how long you're working out, exactly how many calories you're going to burn, and thus exactly how many calories you should be replacing, and gives you a rough idea of how to figure out the nutrition schedule for it. So one of the Trainiacs in the camp, he said, well, what if I'm taking a gel, SIS in his case, that is an odd number of calories. It's 87 calories. And like, he actually stumped me, totally put me on the spot. And I was like, I'm not sure. But I started talking my way through it. And I've got, I think, a brilliant idea that involves a clear water bottle if you've got one, and a Sharpie. Come here. Okay, so the first thing that you've got to do is go and get that download of this spreadsheet that calculates exactly how many calories you need to replace. Go to triathlontaren.com/triathlon nutrition guide. Without it, a lot of this isn't going to make sense. What you do is, let's say in their case, we are doing let's do a half Ironman. We'll do this for me. Gonna try to race somewhere around 148 pounds. We are going to hopefully at some point do like a 428. So I end up having to replace 1,004 calories. Here, we've also got a guideline of how to get those calories. So it starts telling you, all right, here's how many calories you need. Here's a schedule for how much you need throughout the course of the race. And from that, we want to get dialed in how many calories you need on the bike. And an easy way to do that, especially if you're using gels, is to, let's say this tells me that I need 600 calories on the bike. Well, do I want to tape 6 gels to the top of my bike and have that be ruining the aerodynamics of it? Or having to tear and fuss with all these gels every 25 to 30 minutes? No. I think a really good option involves a clear bottle And what if you are somebody who just can't remind themselves to end up taking their calories? This solves all of that. Get yourself a clear bottle, get yourself a Sharpie, note how many calories you are going to go through over the course of the bike, and then come over here. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to take the clear bottle. You are going to calculate how many gels, if it is gels or if it's liquid nutrition. I'll talk about another day why I don't recommend all liquid nutrition. But you're gonna take the gels that amounts to the amount of calories that you need on the bike. Empty those the night before into a water bottle and then fill up the rest of the water bottle so that it's a nice liquid solution. Then what you're gonna do is with a Sharpie, this is where it starts getting really practical and helpful for you to force you to end up remembering how much you should have when. Calculate out, if you've done this in training, and know whether you need to take your nutrition every 20, 25, or 30 minutes. Then on the water bottle, mark off, all right, I need to have drank, say, this much. And you calculate out how much of the water bottle, like basically how many chunks of the water bottle you are going to have at all of the intervals. So you need to say, all right, first I need to drink that much. And then beside it, you are also going to put, let's say, 25. So you're going to put down the interval of the minutes that you need to be looking for on your bike computer. So let's say you're on a 25-minute interval. You write down 25, 50, 115, 140, and on and on and on. Then what you've got is a perfectly partitioned out, measured reminder for how much liquid nutrition you need to take, and it's going to be staring you right in the face because I'm going to tell you exactly where you should put it for the most amount of aerodynamics and the easiest access. And grab yourself a very simple AeroBar bottle mounting plate. It's just a very easy black plate here that with zip ties we are going to put in between your AeroBars like so. Grab yourself some zip ties, put it on each side, then mount that sucker right smack in front of your face so that you have no choice but to end up seeing that bottle. Give me a quick second and I will show you exactly how it's going to appear and how hard it'll be for you to end up missing out on your nutrition. Take that bottle, mount it so that your schedule is perfectly face up, and all of a sudden you're going to have an extremely aerodynamic, completely invisible to the wind spot that you can put your bottle. And as you're looking down, you're going to be looking at your nutrition and you're going to be looking at the times that you need to take it. So then if you've just got a watch, all you need to do is look and see how far into the race you are on your watch, or put a bike computer in between the AeroBars, and bam, you have easy to access nutrition, calories right there, very aerodynamic. So there you go, Trainiacs. If you want to make sure that you know exactly how many calories that you get and get a rough guideline of how to figure out all of your triathlon nutrition, like I said, go to triathlontaren.com/triathlon nutrition guide for the free guide about how to figure out your race day nutrition. And yeah, if you like good ideas like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. And if you are already subscribed, tell me what your favorite nutrition is to take in the comments below. Mine, I have grown to become a really big fan of Verve Energy, but I'm also starting to play with low carb. So to be determined. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Later, Trainiacs.